in 5th and 6A.
Well, let's go to the other side of the sectional bracket here. North side traveling to Bishop Dwenger. Of all the teams, maybe in the postseason, you could probably say this about Warsaw next week, but what are we going to see from North side? They didn't play the final week of the regular season. That game was canceled due to quarantine, I believe. And then they have the bye. So Northside's going to travel to Bishop Dwenger, where the first time around, Dwenger just handled them and gave them fits, 39-13. Bassett had to leave that game with an injury, and he hasn't played since. They're hoping to have him back. We'll see if that happens on Friday night. Breshawn Bassett did make the All-SAC team, honorable mention. But this is going to be an intriguing one. You see Bodie Dickerson really didn't play in that first game. He's the man now. He was on the honorable mention list. And I feel like Dwenger is a totally different team with him under center or in shotgun.
I agree completely. Getting back to Northside, your original query there, I don't know what to expect. To your point, Jeff, they're a bit of an enigma right now because of all the quarantine issues they've had this year, all the injuries they've had this year. I did get confirmation from Coach Ben Johnson that Breshawn Bassett is not going to play in this game at either quarterback or defensive end. So my understanding, he's still at least a week or two away. And I know they're anxiously anticipating his return. That being said, I think they've got most of their other horses. And I think the young quarterback, Donovan Williams, has done a really nice job. When you go back to that regular season meeting between the Legends and the Saints, this was kind of the beginning of the slow decline for Northside this season. I mean, they took Snyder to the brink. And if it wasn't for that lengthy Talamante's field goal, they start off with that huge upset over Snyder and for the second year in a row. And then we're maybe feeling completely different about this team. But they had all those injuries. Jordan Turner went down in that game. Rodney Woods had to fill in and play quarterback. Breshawn Bassett, of course, you already mentioned, went down. They were just literally limping into the first middle part of their conference schedule after that Dwenger loss. And so it's hard to understand where this team is. To your point, I feel like we're either going to see a really spirited effort and the Legends are going to put all their stars on the field and go out and give Bishop Dwenger all at once, or they could just get absolutely blown off the field. So the spreads at 23, it's very precarious. I'm not real confident in that, but I think if Tay Johnson and Jordan Turner and some of these guys go out and ball out and put it all on the line, and they get 2 or 3 drives early that finish with points, they certainly could pull off a surprise here and hang around at the very least late in the game. Conversely, Bishop Dwenger is doing some really nice things. Offensively, it looks like they're finally got their personnel where they want it. Bodie Dickerson has done a tremendous job the second half of the season. I really like how Bodie, when the guys on the outside crash, the defensive ends come up field hard, he recognizes that immediately. And that's where you got to credit the tutelage, I think, of Antoine Taylor and the matrix coaching that these kids get. It's top level. And that's, I think, the biggest improvement for Bodie Dickerson is his ability to recognize when the pocket is breaking down and stepping up. And it reminds me a lot of Deuce Taylor. He was really efficient at that. Now, the one difference is Deuce sometimes could step up in the pocket and go laterally and still make a play with his arm downfield. Bodie's not there yet on his progressions. But to his credit, he knows that. He's not making mistakes. He's tucking it and running, Jeff. And many times he's getting 7, 10, 13 yards on those runs. And all that accumulates in the ground game. And you would think theoretically that should open things up for KJ Tippmann, who's been a little dinged up in recent weeks. But my understanding is he's healthy and back for this contest. Could be a big night running the ball for the senior running back KJ Tippmann for the Saints.
Yeah, how about that? 11 touchdowns here. Basically got his first official start there in that Concordia game. So, but yeah, and also the 5 touchdowns rushing, averaging 5.2 yards per carry. And as we've seen, he doesn't shy away from contact, does Bodie Dickerson.
No, he's done a really nice job. I mean, he's still such a string bean. I mean, he's sprouted up. He's always been a thin kid, but athletic. And again, this is a kid that I spent some time with coaching at St. Charles, so I know Bodie well. And he's sprouted up, and he's a legit 6'3", 6'3.5", and he's got room to fill out. But he has to your point, done a really nice job lowering his shoulder and running through tackles, certainly arm tackles, and really giving them a nice edge. My dogs are going nuts. Do you hear them?
It looks like a party, or sounds like one.
They're getting excited. You know what? They're Saints fans. I mean, they're closet homers. These dogs. They're wearing their gold helmets, running around in the family room.
Either that or the mailman's there.
No, I don't believe so. It's too early for the mailman.
Okay.
But Bodie's done a great job, and the Saints are, they're a little underhanded. It's my understanding Adam Lee might be out in this contest. He has not been the same player that he was, I think, the first half of the season. Certainly in that Snyder game, that was not the Adam Lee that I'm accustomed to watching on film for the Saints. Really a hard-hitting defensive back. He was a difference maker in the first game against Northside. He's the one that had that big hit, remember, against Jordan Turner that knocked Jordan out of the game. And if he's not playing, that could open up some throwing opportunities for the Legends, especially with Jordan Turner and Tay Johnson.
Yeah, so Bishop Dwenger gets one guy on the All-SAC first team, and that is Jack Tittman. So they got him listed as a defensive tackle, defensive end there. And then Tay Johnson, the sophomore, one of the best players in the state for his class, was named All-SAC first team as a safety. So congratulations to those guys. Vargovich, the junior defensive tackle, also making All-SAC first team. So they got 3 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends on the first team. One of the guys here, Casey, that I have to mention because I've been talking about him all year is Gavin Groves, who his statistics are certainly worthy of first or second team, and he wasn't on the list at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That does look like an oversight for sure. I think Gavin's had a tremendous season. I mean, over 20 tackles for loss, I believe. Is that what you had? Yeah, right at 20 tackles for loss. And those are legit. Those are legit. I will tell you, and I won't spell out any other names, any other teams. Some teams are more conservative with their recordings than others, especially when it comes to defensive statistics. Bishop Dwenger is very, very conservative with their stats. I mean,
and good evening, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Sectional Football here on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Thad Goff bringing you the broadcast, and we are at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we are ready for football as the ball is on the tee. Northside will get the football to start this game. Northside comes in with a regular season record of 2-7. Bishop Dwenger comes in with a regular season record of 5-4. A little bit of a down year by their standards. This is a team that has won 5 state championships in their history, but we are underway, and this is a returnable kickoff, and it's muffed initially at the 17-yard line, still loose. Who's got it? Did Dwenger come up with that one? No, they did not. Northside got it back, so the Legends able to save the possession. So the Legends survive an early scare after the muffed kickoff. It is a wet, rainy night. We may see a lot of slippery footballs and drop passes, and it will be interesting to see whose hands that plays into. Dwenger, they are known for running the football, if that plays into either team's hands, I should say. Dwenger is known for running the football, though Northside does have a talented running back in their own right, and Jonte Lambert averaging 5.9 yards per carry. Jonte Lambert, by the way, wears number 8. And I believe that's Breshawn Bassett in at quarterback for Northside. and he will hand it off right away to Lambert, and nowhere to go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, if anything, and a number of Saints in on that tackle, including number 37 for the Saints. That's Luke Shuckle. It was a loss of a yard on the play. As I said, it's Jonte Lambert in at quarterback. Leading passer up to this point is Donovan Williams. He took over after Bassett dealt with an injury the week of the Wayne game. That was the first win of the season for Northside. A roll to the right, and that's actually Bronte Johnson at quarterback, and he's going to heave it downfield, and it's knocked away at the last second. I think that was Dominic Malone back in coverage, either him or Javius Davenport. Malone is number 22, Davenport number 23, and this is going to be 3rd down and 10, maybe 3rd and 11. And again, it was Bronte Johnson in there at quarterback. He's been a receiver for much of this season. He's a multi-sport athlete, was the leading scorer on Northside's basketball team last year, and that was as a freshman. You can guess that by that that he is a sophomore now. And I think that might be Williams in at quarterback. It looked like number 15, and that would be Williams. He's back to throw. Out in the flat, it's high and incomplete. Goes off the hands of Rodney Woods, and it was Williams. So I believe that was 3 quarterbacks used for the Legends there, and they go 3 and out. Dwenger's going to get the ball in all likelihood with good field position. But then again, there are no guarantees on a wet night like this, as Henry O'Keefe is back to return the punt. He's used frequently in the passing game as a wide receiver. Lately, the starting quarterback for Dwenger has been Bodie Dickerson. We'll have a little bit more on that as we get closer. High snap. They get pressure. That might have been tipped. That's rolling all the way across the 50-yard line. As Sam Campbell was wise to back away from that ball. And the Saints are going to get it with really good field position at their own 48-yard line, just a little bit short of midfield. As I mentioned, Bodie Dickerson has been the starting quarterback for Bishop Dwenger for most of the regular season. Took over for Evan Springer during the course of the regular season. And, of course, Dwenger is in one of those years where they had to replace a starting quarterback. Brendan Lytle, he's at St. Francis, and he signed there to play baseball. Dickerson has thrown for 960 yards on the season. I believe that's K.J. Tittman lined up in the backfield. He's the leading rusher for Dwenger on the season. He'll get the call off the right side, and he takes it for about 5 yards to the 45, make that the 41-yard line. Took it across the 45. And they're going to call it a 6-yard gain up to the 40. Hand off to Tittman, trying to stretch it to the outside, and he's going to have the first down and a little bit more, and he just barely stepped out of bounds, apparently. And the Saints are able to move the chains up to the 35-yard line, make that the 32-yard line. They get across the 35. It is a rainy, wet night here at Shields Field, and the Saints, no doubt, are happy to have this brand-new field turf. They used to share Zollner Stadium with Concordia, and that was back before Zollner brought in field turf. Right up the middle goes Tittman. That's a good gain on first down. He gets to the 28-yard line. He gets 4 on the play. Jonte Lambert made the tackle. So far, it's been just 3 run plays for this Dwenger team, and traditionally they are a running football team. Back in 2018, when they won their state championship, they rode the Tittmans, you might say. Devin Tittman and T.J. Tittman, who are brothers. Loose ball on the snap. Dickerson picks it up. He's going to run with it. Turns it upfield, and he'll get positive yardage out of it, but he only got a yard. Well, good improvisation by Dickerson. It doesn't get him much, but at least avoids a turnover. And here we are at a 3rd and looks like 5. As I was mentioning before, Zollner Stadium, which Dwenger used to share with Concordia, would take a beating during the kind of weather conditions that we have tonight. Here's the toss play. KJ Tippmann with a change in direction, trying to surge ahead. Runs over a guy, but he did not get the first down. He comes up a yard short of the first down, but KJ Tippmann was determined to get there at all costs, and I do mean all costs. They're going to go for it. It's Dickerson on the QB sneak, and he's got it and then some. Bodie Dickerson able to push the pile for the first down. And so the Saints have moved the ball into the red zone just barely, just on the cusp of the 20-yard line. As we have got 8.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Dwenger forced a 3-and-out when they were on defense. This drive started at Northside's 46-yard line, and Dwenger has moved the chains twice. Here's Dickerson rolling out of the pocket, going to throw on the run, and it's incomplete. He was looking for number 85 on the play. That is Stellan Rustin, 6'2" junior wide receiver. I believe that was Dickerson's first pass of the game. He's already run for a first down. He converted that. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Blitz shown by Northside. And might have been a mix-up on the handoff. No, they did get the handoff to Tippmann, and Tippmann is going to be brought down for a gain of just a yard on the play. That's Breshawn Bassett, who I believe was the quarterback on the first play from scrimmage for Northside. He was the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, but he also plays on the defensive side. He's a defensive end. He's a pretty good pass rusher for this Northside team. This will be 3rd and 10 after Tippmann got no gain on the last play. Ball resting right at the 20-yard line. Play clock is down to 3. Whistles blow, and Jason Garrett's going to call a timeout. As the play clock was winding down, Saints take their first timeout, and while they take one, we will actually keep it right here with you here on SummitCitySports.com. This is part of the Class 5A Sectional 11 playoffs. Winner of this game would move on to take on the winner of Snyder versus Northrop. Snyder 7-1, Northrop 3-6. Bishop Dwenger actually finished their season over at Spooler Stadium, not only because they played Northrop in the final game, they also played Snyder the week before. Lost to Snyder, but they beat Northrop 42-21, and the extra week of rest, I think, probably had its benefits, you might say, for both of these teams. As they get a little extra week of preparation leading up to this first-round playoff game. In fact, Jason Garrett, the head coach at Dwenger, said that the bye week was, and I quote, very helpful for us to get back to some fundamentals, establish team building and unifying activities, as well as get some injuries healed up. This is 3rd down and 10. They split Campbell out. Dickerson takes a shot to the end zone. It's incomplete. Rocco Sioka was there in the one-on-one matchup against Bronte Johnson, but the pass was to his outside shoulder and a little wide to his outside shoulder as well. 7:22 on the clock, and now Dwenger is going to bring out the field goal unit, it looks like. Joe Belanda is on to attempt the field goal here for Dwenger. This is a 37-yard attempt. They get the snap down, the kick on its way, and it is good. And Dwenger gets on the board. They do take advantage of the short field somewhat, but they only get 3. Northside will get the ball back in just a matter of moments. So again, the winner of this game will move on to take on the winner. The game between Northrop and Snyder. Bishop Dwenger, a 5-time state champion. This Northside team took some big steps forward under head coach Michael Brevard. Brevard has since gone on to the University of St. Francis, a private school right here in Fort Wayne, where he serves as the linebackers coach. He is a St. Francis alum, by the way. In fact, Brevard spent 4 years as the head coach here at Northside before taking over as the linebackers coach at St. Francis. Ben Johnson Jr. is currently the head coach. He was the offensive coordinator at Northside last year and has credited Michael Brevard with as much as he learned and preparing him to be a head coach. He's also coached with the likes of Derek Moore at Wayne. Wayne, by the way, is Johnson's alma mater. And he's also coached at Bishop Luers. He was the running backs coach at that particular school. Well, Northside's going to get the ball back for the second time. That's Joe Belanda who puts it on the tee, and he will send it away. And it's a short kick, angled to the sideline, and is that going to go out of bounds? It does, just barely. So Northside will take over with very good field position. They'll start from their own 35-yard line.
Legend will take over their own 35.
I believe we saw all 3 quarterbacks the last time that Northside had the ball, but that's Donovan Williams, number 15, who comes out as a starting quarterback this time around. He was in the 3rd play of the drive. He lines up in the shotgun here on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 3 down linemen for the Saints. Handoff will go to Lambert. Lambert trying to break free, and he'll somehow get positive yardage out of that. It was actually Michael Dye, I beg your pardon. Gavin Groves was in there on the tackle. I believe Isaac Corman was there as well. Six and a half gone by, or left to play, I beg your pardon. 5.5 gone by here in the first quarter. It's 2nd down and 9 as Williams fakes the pass, now looks to throw, has a soft spot, and the pass is dropped. I think that one was intended for Rodney Woods, and it was. It was not an easy catch to make. Woods had to adjust to it, but it was catchable, and it sailed right through his hands and off his chest. As the rain continues to pour down here at Shields Field. I came into today expecting 90% chances of rain. That had dwindled down a little bit this afternoon when the report came out. It had dwindled down all the way to 83%. In other words, it hadn't dwindled much. Williams taking a shot downfield, one-on-one. That's incomplete, and here comes a flag. Henry O'Keefe had the coverage. That's going to be pass interference. And he not only didn't turn his head, he was making contact all the way there. That's going to be the first down of the game. Northside avoids going 3 and out on back-to-back plays. So they will mark this one all the way to the 49-yard line in Dwenger territory. Northside started the season with a barn burner against Snyder. They had a chance to win that game, but ended up losing it as Nick Talamontes kicked the game-winning field goal in the final seconds. Little draw play up the middle. And that might have been Michael Dye getting the carry there. It's a gain of about 3. Michael Dye is number 11. Jonte Lambert, number 8. And actually, it was Lambert. That is number 8 in there on the play. They had Michael Dye in earlier. This will be 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Williams takes the snap, gets some pressure, gets it away. A shot downfield. Man is there. O'Keefe guarding him all the way, but this time, no flag. Kept the contact to a minimum. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8. And that was the thing. O'Keefe had good coverage the last time around, just made too much contact and didn't turn his head around. This time, didn't make a whole lot of contact. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Northside's only 1st down so far. Was via penalty. Pass to the sideline, incomplete. I think he was looking for Rayshon Carpenter. Now check that. Rodney Woods, the intended receiver. Pass was a little bit too far to his outside shoulder, and it falls incomplete. 4th and 8. Well, Northside gets the 1st down via penalty, but after moving into Dwenger territory off of that penalty, they will be forced to likely punt, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Henry O'Keefe is back to return it. Seen the weather play a factor a few times, including on a Dwenger snap. But it won't play a factor here. They get the punt away. Chance to pin Dwenger deep. That ball takes a Northside bounce. It will continue to roll inside the 10, and it's down to the 9. So Dwenger will be backed up inside their own 10-yard line with 5:21 on the clock here in the first half. Looking to get some updates on scores in the area. We'll give those to you as much as we can as soon as we get them. Some of the other games going on here in the Fort Wayne area are Northrop versus Snyder. That's not too far from here, over on Coldwater Road. Northrop's about 5 minutes away. That's where they'll be playing. Both Northrop and Snyder share a stadium. Snyder's the home team for that game. Wayne is at Delta tonight. DeKalb is at Leo, and Mississinawa is at New Haven. Also, we will try to get you some updates, if we can, on what's going on with the game between Homestead and Carroll. That's a big one in the SAC. Carroll was one of the 3 teams that shared an SAC championship along with Snyder and Lures. There's a little draw play to Tippmann trying to get to the outside, and it looked like a flag came in. It's a short gain as it is, about 3 yards on the play. Well, Dwenger's already backed up deep in their own territory here. And it's going to be holding against Dwenger, so they'll be even deeper in their own territory after the penalty. So far, the only penalties of this game have been against Dwenger. We've got 5:16 to go in the first quarter. A 3-0 lead for the Saints. A drive that started at Northside's 46-yard line resulted in a field goal by Joe Belanda. Here's handoff to Tippmann, and flags come in. They'll blow the play dead. And now Dwenger is going to be pushed back half the distance to their own goal line. Probably move it to about the 2.5-yard line. It was just 3 years ago when Bishop Dwenger won a state championship. Jason Garrett was in his first year as a head coach. He's been on this staff for a number of years before serving as head coach. He was on staff in 2015, when Dwenger won a national championship. Empty backfield. Dickerson from his own end zone. He's flushed out of the pocket. He gets out of the end zone, takes it across the 10. He gets back the yardage lost and then some. We've seen some decent improvisation by Bodie Dickerson today. That was easily the best improvisation of the game. Last time we saw improvisation from him, he picked the ball up after a fumbled snap. It was not his fault that the snap was fumbled. It just went off, came a little loosey-goosey out of the center's hands, I think, in part because of the wet field. He got 1 yard out of that and avoided a negative play. This is 2nd and 2. Snap gets away. Dickerson picks it up again, and he's going to slide as the hit was coming in. I think that's number 24 for Northside, and that would be Torrey Harmeyer. Said it was Isaiah Simmons. That's number 14. Simmons listed as a tight end. He's a senior. This is 3rd and 7. As that's a loss of about 5 on the play. 3rd down and 7. Here's a handoff to Tippmann. Tippmann trying to break through, and he's close to the first down, but he's going to be short. Got back to the line of scrimmage from the previous play, but did not get enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2. Well, Dwenger went for it on 4th and short last time, but that was on the north side end of the field. They're in minus territory now, so no surprise they will punt it away. And Northside stands to get some very good field position out of this. Little hesitation there, but they get the punt away. And that's returned at the 33-yard line by Bronte Johnson. He reverses his field, still on his feet. An interesting decision there by Johnson, and he gets back across the 35. Boy, that was interesting. That could have developed into something perhaps going the wrong way. He was going the wrong way for a little while, but he's able to get a positive return out of it. He gets about 2 yards out of that. So this will be Northside's 3rd possession of the game. We'll start from the 37-yard line, Northside will. Only first down so far was via penalty. Have yet to establish the running game in this one, and you would think that with the rainy conditions that we have had, that would be something that you would seek to do throughout the game. And here is Lambert. There's a good run play. Takes it out across the 45, and I think he's got the first down. And by that spot, he does, by a yard. An 11-yard gain for Lambert. First down of the game for the Legends. Jonte Lambert, the younger brother of Hassan Lambert. Hassan was the 2nd leading rusher in the SAC last year behind Northrop's Demarius Cowan. Cowan has since graduated. Hand off to Lambert, and he surges ahead against contact across midfield. Jack Tippmann will get credit for the tackle. It's about a 5-yard gain. Jack Tippmann plays both tight end and defensive end for the Saints. Well, those last 2 carries by Lambert have been the best plays from scrimmage by far for Northside in this game. Got a total of 16 yards on those 2 plays. And whistles will blow here, and a flag comes in. This is going to be a false start against the Legends. As I mentioned, you certainly want to establish the running game on a night like this, and Northside has a capable running back to do that with Jonte Lambert, and they've been trying to establish that running game, but they're going to be backed up here on 2nd down, make it 2nd and 10. A minute 50 remaining on the clock here in the first quarter, I beg your pardon. Play clock is down to 8. Here's Williams back to throw. Gets some pressure. Escapes it for the moment. Gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. There was a defender over there. Couldn't tell who it was. There is a flag down, though. It's on the near side. It's back to the line of scrimmage, or where the line of scrimmage was before the previous penalty. It looks like it's against Dwenger. Coming onto the field for Dwenger is, looks like number 26. That's Hank Henry. It's going to be an eligible receiver downfield against Northside. Penalty is declined, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Saints had a man hurrying off the field. And now the Legends trying to get lined up. I think that's Williams who's lining up out in the wide receiver position. A little wildcat play going here. And that's Johnson. He looks to throw and will throw at the last second. It's incomplete. There were 2 men in the area. One of them dove. I think that was Woods who dove after the ball on the sideline, but the pass falls incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. Neither team has a completion. It looked like Bronte Johnson, for all the world, was going to run with that football. But instead chose to throw it. And now Northside's going to punt it away. High snap. They get pressure. And get the punt away. O'Keefe back pedals. He tries to field it, and he muffed it. I think he got it back, though, at the 22-yard line. And Henry O'Keefe dodges the bullet.
You got to love kick returners, right? Returners, they got all the confidence in the world back there that when you drive ball crazy.
1:23 left here in the first quarter. The Saints.
We've got a minute 23 left to go in the second quarter. Northside started with some pretty good field position. They had their best 2 plays from scrimmage on that drive, but then a penalty and a pair of incompletions led to a punting situation. Neither team has completed a pass in this game yet. I'd say neither quarterback, but we've seen multiple quarterbacks for Northside. Is that Tippmann, or is that Aziz Dixon who gets the handoff? He's number 27. Check that. Carter Minix getting the carry. Carter Minix, number 24. He's a sophomore. And he has rushed for 18 yards total on the season, averaging 3.6 per carry. That was a 2-yard gain on the last play. Here's the toss. I think that's O'Keefe. Nope, that's Minix. And Minix is going to get positive yardage, but not much. He fights his way out to about the 28-yard line, it looks like. And a penalty flag is down. Well, penalties have hurt the Saints so far in this one. It's a holding call against the Saints. Although penalties did hurt Northside last time they had the ball. A false start and then an ineligible receiver downfield, although the ineligible man downfield came on a play that did not go for a gain of any yardage. This is going to be 2nd down and 18, and now they'll run the clock as it's getting down toward 40 seconds. Dickerson will await the snap. As the clock is down to 24, they will have to get the snap off before the half ends, and they do. It's an option to the right side. Dickerson wants to keep it, and he gets it across the 20 to about the 21, and that might just be the last play of the first quarter. Jonte Lambert gets credit for the tackle as we're down to 8 seconds. Dwenger will not have to snap the ball before the third quarter begins. However, they will be dealing with a 3rd and long, but they'll have the first quarter break to figure out what play they want. And we will be right back after this break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Hot chocolate and hunker down, folks. Lots of football left to play.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing.
Welcome, everybody. We are back here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. It is 3rd and 11. Saints faced with a long third down situation here. They've gotten only a field goal so far from Joe Belanda. Bodie Dickerson's going to go under center. And he looks to throw here, sets up the screen to the far side. And that's not going to be enough for the first down. I think that was Rocco Sioka. Indeed, it was Sioka, and I think on the tackle there for Northside was number 52, Leighton Robbins. He's a freshman. Looking on from a bit of a distance here. It's not an issue of the numbers aren't clear. You've got red numbers on white jerseys, gold numbers on blue jerseys, so it's not that they're not clear. Bronte Johnson, meanwhile, is back to return this punt. It's a low-line drive punt. It will take a Dwenger bounce, and Johnson bluffed as if he was going to try and return that. Instead, it's down at about the 33-yard line by Dwenger. Dwenger's gotten a field goal, and that's it. Northside was able to establish a little momentum on their last drive, just a little bit, that is. And an 11-yard run by Jonte Lambert for their first down of the game, first down other than the one via penalty, and then Lambert followed that up with a nice-looking 5-yard run, but a penalty set him backwards. And back-to-back incompletions led to a 4th down punt. I believe that's Donovan Williams who's in at quarterback. Legends have gone with the Wildcat on a couple of different occasions. Handoff will go to Jonte Lambert, and he's got another solid carry here. Picks up about 4 out across the 35-yard line. Well, I go back to that 2018 season. Northside won only 2 games that whole season, but one of them was on the road against Bishop Luers, and Luers had a pretty good team that year. That was Michael Brevard's second season. This is Ben Johnson Jr.'s first season. He was on staff with Coach Brevard. I believe he and Coach Brevard may have been on staff together at Wayne as well. Set up the screen to the far side. I think that's Johnson. That's a break and tackle, and it is Johnson. He's got the first down. A little slippery running after the catch by Bronte Johnson. And I believe that is that's the first completion of the game for Northside, second completion of the game for either team. Dickerson had the completion to Sioka on the screen pass on 3rd and 11. Northside working on establishing that running game. They've had 3 solid carries from Jonte Lambert. In fact, I believe his last 3 touches have been solid carries. That might be offsides. Whistles will blow. This is either a Dwenger player who jumped or a Northside player who moved, and it's going to be a false start against Northside. Going to move them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. We just got the update. Northrop leads Snyder 10-7 as the Bruins are going for the upset. They're on their own home field, but I believe Snyder is the home game for that matchup. Northrop was the home team for that matchup when they played in the regular season, but Snyder ran right over him. And when I say ran over him, Tyrese Brown had a heck of a game. Williams floats it to the far side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tay Johnson as Ben Stegmeyer looked like he had check that, Cole Carey. Cole Carey, number 31. There's two number 31s on this Dwenger team. Carey is the senior out of that group, and he's an experienced defensive player for the Saints. An outside linebacker for Bishop Dwenger. And this will be 2nd and 15, and once again it was a penalty that set the Legends back, and that was after they had picked up a first down. Now both teams have been bitten by the penalty bug here in the first half so far. Rolling out is Williams. Throws underneath, tough catch, and it's knocked in the air, and it falls incomplete. Henry O'Keefe was one of the many defenders who made the play there. There is a flag down, however. Looks like it's back at the line of scrimmage, and this might be declined by the Saints if it's on north side. It's going to be a legal formation, basically. And we got an update from Leo, too. Leo is leading 30-0 over DeKalb. That game is at Leo. Leo closed out their regular season against DeKalb. They beat East Noble last week in the first round of sectionals. Third and 15. Dwenger's converted on a 4th down. I don't think either team's converted on a 3rd down yet. Williams against a blitz. Gets out of the pocket, has a man out in the flat. That's complete to Ryan Collins, and he will not have enough for the first down. He's taken down to the 48-yard line. So it's a good gain, but not good enough to move the chains, and Northrop has a chance to pin Dwenger. Northside has a chance to pin Dwenger deep in their own territory. I think that's Isaiah Simmons who's set to punt it away. Or is that number 19, which is Caden Libby Callahan? Yeah, I think it's Libby Callahan. High snap, pressure comes. Libby Callahan gets it away, and Sam Campbell has got a long way to run to that one, and he will let it go into the end zone. So Dwenger will start from their own 20-yard line. Sam Campbell was thinking about picking that thing up, but, with the rainy conditions deep in your own territory, you definitely want to let that thing go, and it pays off as Campbell, the experienced senior receiver and defensive back, lets it go on the punt return. 8:37 left to play here in this first half. Only points of the game were a field goal by Joe Belanda. Bodie Dickerson will line up in the shotgun. That's Rocco Sioka who goes in motion. And it's Tippmann who gets the handoff, and Tippmann runs into a host of defenders and picks up 5 yards. I'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Dickerson awaits the snap. Tippmann to his left hip. And here's a toss play to the outside. I believe that's Campbell. That's a first down, I think. Check that, it's Henry O'Keefe. And it is a first down. Got out across the 30 to the 34. So we 1st and 10 for the Saints from their own 34. And a drive that certainly could have started in worse field position than it was, but Henry O'Keefe, or rather Sam Campbell, let it go. Here's a toss to Rocco Sioka on the jet sweep. Broken tackle. Sioka gets the first down. The big wide receiver gets extra yardage for the first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Saints. And they are on the brink of getting into Northside territory. Well, Northside has had some good drives up to this point, but Dwenger with a good-looking drive of their own and looking to build some momentum as Tippmann takes it off the right side and gets it out across the 45-yard line. He somehow slipped through and might have gotten the first down, or at least close to it. He's close to it, doesn't quite have it yet. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1. A little heavy formation here for Dwenger. Handoff will go straight up the middle, and Tippmann picks up the first down. KJ Tippmann, the leading rusher for this Dwenger team, averages 6.5 yards per carry. He's tied for the lead in that category with Aziz Dixon. He leads him in total yards with 722. Dixon with 344. So this has become a bit of a time-consuming drive as Dwenger has taken it down to 6.5 minutes on the clock. Sioka goes in motion. Handoff is to Tippmann, breaks one tackle, still on his feet. He's going to have the first down and more, trying to stiff-arm a man, and he goes all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Bronte Johnson made the tackle, and that might be him who's down on the field. I think that is him, and Johnson is not someone that Northside wants to lose. He's a heck of an athlete, really good young wide receiver and defensive back, and Northside is going to have their trainers come out and look at Bronte, and we will be back after this break, this injury timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance. I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Well, welcome back to Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. Looked like Tay Johnson was able to walk off the field mostly under his own power. Right now, I believe Bishop Dwenger has the ball marked at the 11-yard line of Northside after that excellent run by KJ Tippmann. Dwenger had been held to an early field goal. This Northside team was starting to establish some momentum, it looked like, with some positive plays, but penalties have hurt them. Haven't quite been able to overcome those just yet. But we still got a lot of football left to be played here at Bishop Dwenger High School. These two schools are very close to each other, probably about 5 minutes away. You go 5 minutes down Clinton, and you're just about at Northside if you're coming from here at Dwenger. That's Dickerson on the keeper off the left side, runs into a guy, did not get the touchdown, went out of bounds. The pylon got knocked over, but Dickerson went out of bounds before it did. That's a gain of about 6, maybe 7. If they could get to the 1 yard line and get a first down. Tippmann will remain in the backfield for Dwenger as Dickerson lines up in the shotgun with Tippmann to his his right hip. It's Tippmann straight up the middle. Powerful run. Did he get the first down at least? I think he did. They're marking him at about the half-yard line. The down marker shows third down. They're going to mark him down either outside the 1 or after the 1. Or at the 1, I beg your pardon. Well, the announcer said first down. And now the chain gang has changed it. It is a first down. Tippmann remains in the game as the back. He'll get the call. No, he won't. It's Dickerson on the keeper, and he's in for the touchdown. Bishop Dwenger is the first to find the end zone. They had everybody, including yours truly, fooled initially. KJ Tippmann was contacted in the backfield, which after this extra point, we will take a look at that on our Traction AP replay as Joe Belanda, who has made a field goal already in this game, will come out to attempt the PAT to try and make this a 10-0 ball game. And that's exactly what he does, 10-0 in favor of Bishop Dwenger as we take a look at our Traction AP replay. Everybody at Northside looked like they were expecting Tippmann to take the handoff, and they were prepared for that, but Dickerson was prepared to have KJ take the hit. He takes it in from a yard out on the zone read to score the touchdown and make it 10-0 in favor of the Saints. So Northside will get the ball back.
10 seconds.
As we still have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left as Ozzie lets us know that the crazy train is pulling into the station. As Dwenger is trying to rev up that train and keep the momentum going. They've got a 10-0 lead, but Northside has 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in this second half, and I believe they have not used the timeout. So they could get this ball down the field and at the very least get on the board, either with a touchdown or a field goal, and either one would make this a one-score game. Belanda's kick is away, and that one's going all the way to the end zone. Just barely reaches the end zone, but either way, it is a touchback. 5:15 left to go. Northside does have plenty of time to get down the field and get some points on the board before halftime. They've still got all three of their timeouts. They've gotten better at establishing the running game lately. What they haven't yet done is establish the passing game. But the running game has been there with Jonte Lambert. He's a talented running back. That's not a surprise. What's really hurt the Legends so far has been penalties, and that's going to be a negative play right from the start. Jack Tippmann with the tackle. The defensive end / tight end gets into the backfield to make the play. Well, this time it's not a penalty that sets back the Legends. It's a negative play, a 3-yard loss, and it should be 2nd down and 13, not 1st and 13. I say that because the down marker says 1st. And here's Williams looking to throw, and that's a late whistle. That is a very late whistle. Williams had the ball in his hand, was looking to throw by the time the whistle came in. Well, just as I say that it wasn't a penalty that set him back this time, it will be a penalty against Northside that sets him back. So make it 2nd and 18. Now Leo leads over DeKalb 37-0 with a minute left until halftime. And here Northside has a chance to get on the scoreboard, but they've got to overcome a long down and distance here, 2nd and 18 to be exact. Otherwise, Dwenger is going to get the ball back with some time on the clock. And a chance to score before halftime. Pressure comes, and Williams is going to go down. Did the ball come out? They're going to say he was down. Might have been Tippmann who got in there. Mitch Vogelweed was there as well. As Dwenger gets a big sack to force Northside into NFL blitz type of down and distance. Well, maybe not quite. This is 3rd and 26. NFL blitz was a PlayStation game that was around in the 90s and part of the early 2000s. And in that particular game, you had 1st and 30. And all the games were at neutral fields, not this one. Williams rolls out to the right, looking to throw. He gets out of the end zone. He's going to take it himself, still on his feet. And takes it out to about the 16-yard line. And that actually might have been Bronte Johnson, and it was. Another Wildcat play. That's an interesting call there. This is going to be 4th down and still quite a ways to go. I think Northside's going to punt it away, and Dwenger is going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts left. That's Sam Campbell, who's back to return the punt. Libby Callahan on to punt it away. From his goal line, Libby Callahan gets it away. That will take a north side bounce across the 50 and out to about the 44. That's where it'll be down by Michael Dye. And that's where Dwenger will start this next drive, up 10-0. And when we last heard, I believe Northrop was leading Snyder 10-7. I'm not sure if anything has changed in that game. So far, Dwenger was able to score on their most recent drive, and they've got 2 timeouts before the half. They could make this a 13-0 or 17-0 game, but a timeout, I think, has been called by Northside. Well, Northside had all their timeouts left. If they were to get a stop here, they could very well get the ball back, though it might not be the ideal field position. Might be more ideal if they can get a turnover. But if they were to get one with time on the clock, you'd like to save those timeouts as much as you can. As it is, Dwenger has 2 timeouts. They had to use one earlier this half. That was back in the first quarter. But they had a good-looking drive, and they just rode K.J. Tippmann, who finished it off with a touchdown run. He set up the touchdown to Bodie Dickerson. Yeah, KJ did not score the touchdown, but he did set it up. A 3rd and short situation by getting the ball across the 1-yard line and getting just enough to move the chains. Empty backfield here for Dwenger. Here's Dickerson. has time to throw. Going to throw on the run, and the pass is caught, and that's a first down for Rocco Sioka. And I think that's Sioka's first catch of the game. It's not a surprise that Dwenger is relying so heavily on the running game. First of all, they're a great running team, and secondly, with the rainy conditions, you have to be able to run the football. You can throw it in these conditions, but it's a little more difficult with the slippery field and slippery football as Dickerson is flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw on the run, and he floats it out of bounds. Now that'll stop the clock for Bishop Dwenger as they save their 2 timeouts. They've got 2:10 left to go in the first. Thad Goff with you here, bringing you the broadcast. Caleb Roth is our camera operator. He's up on top of the press box, that is. We got a canopy up there, so he should be mostly clear of the rain. As Dickerson looks to throw, he rolls to his left, and he's going to throw it away. I think that was intended for Carter Minix, number 24. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 as Dickerson, the right-handed quarterback, was forced to his left. Now Leo leads 44-0 at halftime over DeKalb. They clinched an all-out Northeast 8 title by beating DeKalb. In the final week of the regular season, 9-0 is Leo's record with the season, or the regular season that is, now having come to a halt. A keeper by Dickerson on 3rd and long. He's got to go 10 yards, and he will go down. Looks like he might be right at the line to gain, and I think they're going to give him a first down. Bodie Dickerson takes the contact and moves the chains for Dwenger. That is a heady play by the junior quarterback. They'll empty the backfield here on 1st and 10. They might have had in mind to go for it had Dickerson not picked up the first down, but he looks to throw here on 1st down, steps into one, fires downfield, man is there, flag is down. It was intended for O'Keefe. Intended for Rocco Sioka. I think Michael Dye was the one who had the coverage. He did not like the call, and I'm not sure if he grabbed onto Sioka at the last second, but I thought he had pretty good coverage for the most part. It is pass interference on Michael Dye, so that's going to give Dwenger an automatic first down, 1:37 to go. A 1:37 to go. The Saints have 2 timeouts left. This handoff will go to K.J. Tipman. He tries to bounce off a tackle, but it's going to be a short gain. Torrey Harmeyer with the tackle for Northside as we tick down toward the final minute of the first. Dwenger already up for 10-0. Bodie Dickerson with the 1-yard touchdown run off a beautifully executed fake. Beautifully executed zone read, I should say, as Dickerson looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw on the run to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Henry O'Keefe in the back line of that end zone, and the wet football may have just slipped out of his hands. That's going to happen in these kind of conditions. That was a well-thrown ball, though, by Dickerson. As we've got 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go, the incompletion does stop the clock. Sam Campbell will come into the game. Play clock is now down to 9. And I think that's Campbell who lines up in the backfield behind Dickerson. Dickerson takes the snap. Now he's going to step up and run. Can he convert this one? He will not. He comes up short. And now Dwenger may have taken a timeout, and they did. That's their second of the half. Now Dwenger has converted on 4th down once in this game. They've only gone for it once in this game, but would they go for it here? It looks like this is going to be 4th and about 3. So not an easy first down, even when you have a quarterback who can run and a great power running back, which the Saints have both of those. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep the offense on the field or if they elect to kick the field goal. Joe Belanda has already made a 37-yarder tonight. That was on Dwenger's first possession of the game. And Dwenger stands to get the ball back to start the second half. So it's interesting to see if Jason Garrett decides to go for the points here or go for the first down. They do still have a timeout in their back pocket, the Saints do. Clock would stop if they get the first. And that's the offense going back on the field for Dwenger. Snyder now leads Northrop 14-10 over at Spooler Stadium. That's not too far from where we are, but right now Bishop Dwenger is trying to punch this ball or at least get 3 yards or more so that they still have a chance to punch the ball into the end zone. KJ Tippmann is the back. This is 4th and 3. They fake it. Dickerson keeps it. Not going to get there. And I think that was Isaiah Simmons with the tackle. Check that, Ashton Newsom in on the tackle for Northside. He's got the update. Carroll now leading, I think it's 6-0 over Homestead. And in checking the replay, I think it was actually Torrey Harmeyer who got the tackle. And Northside, who still has 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got a long way to go, but they do have 2 timeouts and 50.9 seconds to play. Here's the handoff to Lambert, and Lambert breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and he's close to the first down. How about that run by Jonte Lambert, refusing to go down? And it is going to be enough for the first down. Northside has 2 timeouts. The clock is running down to 31 seconds. Got to get this snap off here. They're going to run a play. Williams running out of time. Heaves it downfield into coverage, and that is almost intercepted. Sam Campbell had a shot at it, but couldn't pull it in. Now, the only good thing that does for Northside is it stops the clock at 19.5 seconds, but with 19.5 seconds and the ball at your own 22-yard line, Northside is running out of time. They do still have 2 timeouts, though. Rolling to the left. I believe that's Johnson getting the keeper, and he's going to get the first down. And he gets out of bounds close to the 35-yard line, and that was Johnson, another wildcat play. Stops the clock at 13.1 left to go, and Northside does still have those 2 timeouts. They get a big play here. The clock would stop as they reset the chains, but then it would start again. Now Dwenger is going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And Dwenger does stand to get the ball back to start the second half.
All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and step out for a timeout as well. Stick around.
Stay here for this one. That's an old song. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Meanwhile, Bishop Dwenger up 10-0. They stand to get the ball back, but Northside has 2 timeouts with 13.1 left to go in this first half. So if they can get the ball down the field and get one of those timeouts called, they will have a chance to at least set up for a field goal. They got a long way to go, though, to get into field goal range. Apparently this is a remix of this song that's playing here at Bishop Dwenger. I can honestly say I don't think I've heard this Blue Dabba Dee song at any of the high school football games I've done, at least not for a while. I have heard it, but it's been a while. It's all a flash, but I think that was a camera. I don't think anyone spotted lightning yet, but we have spotted lots of rain. And that rain is still coming. Williams, check that. That's Johnson rolling to the right, throws it on the run, and it's incomplete.
Bronte Johnson,
Cole Carey was in there getting pressure for the Saints, along with Ashton Scary. And now there's 7.4 seconds left to go, so not a whole lot of time to get into field goal range at this point. You can get one play and get into field goal range, and again, remember, Northside does have 2 of their timeouts left, so they can call one if they get into range for their kicker. Of course, field goals are never a guarantee in the kind of rain and wind that we're getting here at Shields Field. And I think Northside just called one of their timeouts. That's their second one. Dwenger has used up all their timeouts, and the only way they'll get the ball back here is a turnover. Now, if they get one, the clock would stop. They'd have a chance to run one more play. But Northside does still have a chance to get into field goal range and call their third and final timeout. And one of the good things for us here is the rain seems to be blowing away from the booth, as Dwenger is going to try and finish out this first half with a 10-0 lead. This is one of the closer games going on. When we last got an update, Snyder was leading Northrop by a score of 14-10. That game was at halftime. Empty backfield here on second down, 7.4 to go. They set up the screen. That's Woods, I think, who gets it out across midfield, and clock is down to 0.2 seconds. And actually it was Jordan Turner who made the catch there. And now the clock has ticked down. I'm not sure Northside did use the timeout there. Had one left, and with 0.2 seconds, they don't use it, and the first half has come to an end. Well, we are at halftime, and Bishop Dwenger with a 10-0 lead as we will go to this break and come back in just a matter of moments here on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watch the skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level. Catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids just able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing.
We're at halftime here at Bishop Dwenger High School. The Saints lead it 10-0 over Northside. The only touchdown of the game so far belongs to Bodie Dickerson. Northside, they've been able to move the ball on the ground with Jonte Lambert, but penalties have hurt them, have backed them up, and they've really not been able to overcome those. Now, Dwenger was bit by the penalty bug early on, but so far they've been able to weather it, at least to the point of getting a 10-0 lead. That was a drive that was largely engineered by the running of K.J. Tipman. Bodie Dickerson punched it in for 6 after Tipman got just enough for a first down at the 1-yard line. Now we'll go ahead and get a word in from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you to find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services, including brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind throughout the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. That's OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com for more information. iCryo specializes in whole-body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, and infrared sauna, and compression therapy services as well. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location, located on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated, Jolie Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration provides top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Visit their website at siokas.com, and to find out more, you can call them at 260-483-2112. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. That's parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Dwenger with a 10-0 lead at halftime. We got about 9.5 minutes left to go in this half. I say that because that's what's on the clock right now. They will add another 3 minutes for the kids to come out and do some warm-ups when halftime comes to an end. For now, we will be back after this break. You are watching playoff football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watching skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level. Catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids that's able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
I came into PSM my freshman year after volleyball. Just coming here just really improved mentally and physically. I brought in my strengths. I came in and I learned how to grow as an athlete. I mean, I've gotten stronger, sprint faster, get up higher. My jump has elevated. Working with Tyler, he built up my endurance for everything, whether it's in weights, sprints. All across the board, we just keep working, and I have athlete development at Warsaw High School that I go to, and so I send him my thing every day, and he changes what we do in here to adapt to what we do there. High school volleyball, when you can go up to 5 sets, being able to outwork everybody and still being able to put in that 100% was huge for me. PSM performance definitely helped me mentally. I know I can beat out people. I know I can work for what I have, and I know I can even go to the next level on the court. Looking at college, I can put on it. I'm training at a college level. I mean, I come in here and I watch college athletes train. You have hockey players, soccer. You look around and you see every type you can. Just being able to see that level, and I know that I can reach that level as well. You got to work to be the best, and that was just what I wanted to do. I knew that from a young age. I wanted to put in the work.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really
Halftime here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. The Saints with a 10-0 lead at the half. They will get the ball to start the second half. And the winner of this game moves on to the second round of the Class 5A Sectional 11 playoffs. And they will play the winner of Northrop versus Snyder. In fact, that'll be the semifinal game in this sectional playoff tournament. When we last heard, Snyder had a 14-10 lead over Northrop. That's over at Spooler Stadium, and I think Snyder is the home team for that particular game. Northrop was the home team for the regular season game. But those two teams share that stadium, which is on the campus of Northrop, but is used by both the Panthers and the Bruins. Well, the halftime clock is about to run out, but the kids are going to get 3 extra minutes to warm up, as the clock has just run out, but they'll get 3 extra minutes to warm up before we start the second half. We'll be back for the start of the second half. You are watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands, so he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping, so preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Just about to start the second half here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger. Saints will get the ball to start the second half, as it was Northside who kicked off to start the game. And again, the winner of this game will move on to face either Northrop or Snyder in the Class 5A Sectional 11 playoffs. That'll be the semifinal round when either Dwenger or Northside takes on either Snyder or Northrop. That Northrop-Snyder game is going on not too far from here. It's probably about a 5-minute drive from here. You go up St. Joe Center Road and then turn a right on Coldwater Road, and that's where Northrop High School is. And even though Snyder's the home team in that game, they share a field with Northrop. Bishop Dwenger used to share a field with Concordia at Zollner Stadium, and there have been some renovations done to Zollner Stadium. I'm sure they're glad to have field turf. Bishop Dwenger's probably glad to have field turf here. They started using Shields Field a year before those upgrades were made to Zollner. And Zollner would take a pounding from the rain when you had those kind of conditions, and the rain hasn't quite stopped. It's a little misty right now, though, more misty than rainy, as the second half is about to begin. And the second half is now underway. It's going to be muffed and go out of the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So Dwenger will start this drive from their own 20-yard line. They moved the ball very well the last 2 times they had the football. One of those drives ended in a touchdown, a 1-yard run by Bodie Dickerson, but the drive after that stalled on a 4th down stop by the Legends. Dickerson will toss it to the left side. That's Henry O'Keefe. Gets some positive yardage. Turns it into a pretty good gain. He's got about 8, maybe 9. We'll call it 8.5. Or maybe 7.5. It looks like they mark it just short of the 28-yard line. Well, KJ Tippmann was the workhorse on that scoring drive for Dwenger, but it was Bodie Dickerson who scored the touchdown on a fake to Tippmann, a zone read play, and a well-designed one at that. That's Sioka who goes in motion. This is Tippmann who gets the call, powering forward. He's going to be close to the first down. He may be just short. Needed to get to the 30-yard line, and he did not quite get there. It's going to be 3rd and inches. I think Northrop and Snyder have gotten into the third quarter, middle of the third quarter. When we last got the update, Tim Atkinson's over there calling that game. It's Tippmann off the right side. He's got it. Surges ahead to the 33-yard line, and the Saints move the chains on 3rd down. And he's surprised that they went to Tippmann. No, there was not. No surprise at all. Tippmann, the lone back, he splits out to the right. Bodie fakes it to him. Going to throw on 1st down, and the pass is caught. That's a 1st down. And the catch made by number 85, Rustin. Stellan Rustin, the 6'2" junior wide receiver. And now Northrop takes the lead over Snyder, 17-14. That is a great battle going on between two rivals. Tippmann gets the call, bounces off a tackle, and he's going to get positive yardage when it looked like he was about to lose some yards. He picks up 5 up to the 50-yard line. How about the second effort there by KJ Tippmann? I believe it was TJ Tippmann who once wore. Actually, I think he wore the number 25, and Devin Tippmann in 2018 wore the number 23, which was not meant to be a reference to the 2007 Jim Carrey movie. As Sioka rolls to the right, he gets the toss on the jet sweep. They ran this earlier in the game. Sioka breaks a tackle, and I think he's going to be short of the 1st down by about a yard. He got a 1st down last time they ran that play. This time comes up short of it. It's going to be 3rd and looks like just over a yard. Michael Dye was the one who made the tackle, and now Dwenger with a 3rd down and 1. Actually got a full yard to go for the 1st down. Converted on 3rd down moments ago, but that was a much shorter yard than this. Here's Tippmann. A little hesitation, but he's got the 1st down. That's back-to-back 3rd down conversions for Tippmann, both on 3rd and 1. And now Dwenger has a good methodical drive going, and this is something they would certainly like to have. Up 2 scores with a chance to go up 3. And not only are they moving the football, they're milking time off the clock. Down to the 42-yard line, Dwenger has moved it. Tippmann remains the lone back. They'll fake it to him. Dickerson looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it to the sideline and throws it away. I believe there was a flag down on that play. It's been a while since Dwenger has committed a penalty. Early on, they were bitten by the penalty bug, and so is Northside. And Northside's penalties not only moved them backwards, but they were not able to bounce back from those penalties. Might have declined the penalty. They've got the ball set at the 42-yard line, which is where it was on the last play. Well, Tippmann's going to get a breather here as he rushes off the field. I think that's Sam Campbell to the left hip of Bodie Dickerson. I think that's O'Keefe who goes in motion, and he will get the call, bouncing it to the outside. He reversed his field, and he will lose yardage. Breshawn Bassett in on that tackle for Northside. And Johnson actually, that was not Bassett, that was Bronte Johnson. So it's a loss of a yard, and now 3rd and 11 to go for Dwenger. And these 3rd and long situations have been a little bit more of a struggle for the Saints. They've converted on 3rd and 1 twice on this drive. What do they have on 3rd and 11? And one of those was actually 3rd and inches. Actually going to call it 3rd and 10. I could have sworn that O'Keefe got brought down at the 43. As Dickerson gets some pressure, he floats it on the screen, and that's complete. And that's going to be enough for the first down to K.J. Tippmann. On 3rd and 11, once again, Tippmann moves the chains. The wide receiver, Rocco Sioka, through the block. And hold on a second. Looks like there's a flag down. Sideline warning against Northside. So this play is going to stand. And it will be a first down for Bishop Dwenger. As the clock is ticked down under 7 minutes, 3 third-down conversions on this drive for Bishop Dwenger. And that is Tippmann who's in the backfield. Dickerson going to set up the screen. Did that go backwards? It's headed out of bounds. I think they're saying it was a forward pass, but it looked from here like it went backwards. It's hard to tell because I'm not looking right down the line at it. That was well behind the intended wide receiver, and I think they are going to say that that was a backward pass. That ball went out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and they are moving the ball right back there. So they are saying that Dickerson's arm was not going forward on the throw, and the rule is if the arm's not going forwards, it's going backwards. In other words, you might say, well, what happens if the arm's going sideways? Then it's going backwards. Sideways isn't forward, so it's backwards. This is 2nd down and 17. Pump fake by Dickerson. Steps up in the pocket. Now sets up the screen to the far side, and that's Minix. Gets back some of the yardage lost up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Going to be 3rd down and 12. Maybe 3rd and 13. Coming up on 6 minutes to go. Well, this has been a time-consuming drive, and Dwenger certainly has no qualms with consuming time off the clock. But what kind of play do they have here on 3rd down and 13? Joe Belanda has made a 37-yard field goal. If Dwenger doesn't gain a yard, it'd be farther than that. Dickerson fires down the middle, and it's incomplete. He had Henry O'Keefe one-on-one, but I'm not sure if it just went through his hands or if it was too high for him. Either way, it falls incomplete. And now on 3rd and 13, or 4th and 13 rather, is Dwenger going to bring out the field goal unit? If they did, it would be a 47-yard attempt. I think they're keeping the offense on the field. This is 4th and 13. This is a long way to go for the Saints. Now they converted on 3rd and 10 earlier on this drive. They're going to empty the backfield here on 4th down. Minix motions in the backfield. Snap gets loose. Dickerson picks it up. He's got to throw on the run. He's got a man close to the marker. Is it enough? I don't think so. Minix makes the catch out of the backfield, but he appears to be a yard or at least a half a yard short. So Northside gets the stop. Dwenger almost converts on 4th and 13, but they come up just short. And Northside will take over in a 2-score game. And they will look to get some momentum going on their first drive of the second half. We just got the announcement, 17-14, Northrop leads Snyder. Now, we got that update from our own Tim Atkinson not long ago. Also got another update. Carroll leads Homestead 14-0. Carroll trying to make it a season sweep of the Spartans. I believe that is Donovan Williams in at quarterback for Northside. He gets the snap. It's a keeper and a broken tackle initially across the 20-yard line. And I think he got 3, maybe 4 on the play. And it was Williams who kept it there for Northside. Beg your pardon, it was Bronte Johnson who took the snap at quarterback, but I think that's Williams who just came back onto the field. That looks like a 15, and it is 15. Williams getting the second down snap here. Saints do show pressure on the left side of the formation. Kind of a wobbly snap. Williams going to keep it and get what he can, and he might have the first down. No, he does not. They're going to mark him 2 yards short of the first down. He surged ahead. I thought he got closer to the first down marker than that, but it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 27-yard line. And right now the rain does appear to be falling, but right now it's more of a misty rain. It was coming down pretty hard toward the end of the first half. This is 3rd and 2 for Northside. Straight up the middle, that's Lambert, first down and more. And Jonte gets tripped up close to midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48-yard line. Good run by Jonte Lambert. He's up to the 48, and Northside is able to convert on 3rd and short. It's a 2-score game, and Northside has been able to run the football pretty well. What has hurt them so far is penalties, and also not being able to bounce back from those penalties. Lambert gets the handoff right up the middle, takes it across midfield, still going, and fights his way for the first down up to the 41-yard line. Great run by Jonte Lambert. Ashton Scary with the tackle. Kind of name that's appropriate for this time of year, as Halloween is just a mere 2 days away.
Just got an update. Northrop is now beating Snyder 17-14 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Northside with the ball at the Dwenger 41-yard line, as Jonte Lambert has had 2 big runs, one on 3rd down, then a tough run of 11 yards on the following play. This is a keeper. That's Johnson. Bronte Johnson out of the Wildcat gets it across the 35. Now Johnson getting himself involved. He gets pushed back at the 34-yard line. Bronte Johnson, a multi-sport athlete. He's a 6'5" player, plays wide receiver. We've seen him a lot at the Wildcat quarterback tonight. And he was the leading scorer on Northside's basketball team last year. That was as a freshman, by the way. He had an incredible freshman season. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to getting to see him on the basketball court this year. Seeing him on the football field has been pretty fun. Give to Lambert, bouncing it to the outside, still on his feet, gets a first down and more. Lambert down the sideline. Can they catch him? Hurdles a man, and he stepped out of bounds. Lambert takes it into the end zone, but he's called out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Sam Campbell, I think, was the one who forced him out.
He almost hurdled into the end zone, but luckily for the Saints, he stepped out of bounds. So hopefully we can hold him here, try to have them kick the field goal.
This is 1st and goal for Northside, their first goal-to-go situation of the game, as Lambert nearly had a touchdown. But Northside has a chance to get a touchdown, and that's Johnson who's lined up at quarterback. I think that is Lambert right next to him. And the whistle will blow, and Northside, I think, is going to be backed up here.
Full start on the Legends. Red zone penalty against Northside. Not a killer, but it does hurt. Ball goes back to the 12-yard line.
That'll back up the Legends 5 yards up to the 12. Make it 1st and goal once again after the penalty. Well, penalties have been an issue for Northside. The question right now is, can they bounce back from this one? Donovan Williams is in at quarterback, the 6'1" sophomore QB. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Lambert. Lambert trying to fight through tacklers. He gets it to the 10-yard line, maybe the 9. We'll call it a 3-yard gain there on what was 1st and goal. As we are now inside the final 2 minutes, Northside with a chance to punch it in for 6. The rain seems to be picking back up. Second and goal, as Williams is in at quarterback. They've used him as well as Bronte Johnson. Play clock's down to 1, and is Northside going to have to burn a timeout here? Indeed, they are. Northside forced to use their first timeout. It stops the clock with 1:13 on the clock. Well, Jonte Lambert has put together some great-looking carries here on this first drive of the half for Northside's offense. One of them got him a 1st and goal situation. He broke a number of tackles. And the play before that, he just ran guys over to get 11 yards. And the play before that, what did Jonte do? He picked up a 1st down on 3rd and 2, and not only did he pick up a 1st down, he picked up some extra to spare. Well, we've got 1:13 on the clock, and, you know, I've talked about how Northside has not been able to bounce back from the penalties, but even if they don't get the touchdown here, they can make this a 1-score game with a field goal. And their defense was just able to get a stop on 4th down, with Dwenger going for it on 4th and 13 of all downs. Now Northside is out of the timeout. They had a penalty on this drive that pushed them back to the 12-yard line. Now they're looking at 2nd and goal from the 9. That's Johnson who's in at quarterback. He's going to roll to the left, gets a block from Lambert, turns it upfield, finds some room, reaching for the goal line. Did not get in. He's short by a yard. Bronte Johnson short by just a yard. And now I'm curious as to whether or not he's going to get the call here on 3rd and 1. Now, Jonte Lambert has been a huge factor in this offense. So we take another look at that last play, and the replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. That's a good change in direction there by Johnson. I don't know. He might have gotten the touchdown there. I'm not sure the knee did go down. But you don't have instant replay at the high school level, so they can't review that. Play clock is winding down. Northside needs to get this snap off. It's down to 4. It's Williams in the gun. He takes the snap, going to keep it himself, and he goes backwards. He's going to be dropped by Jack Tippmann back at about the 8-yard line. And that, I think, is going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Also in on that tackle, I believe, was Ben Simcox for Bishop Dwenger. And now the quarter does run to an end. Yes, it was Ben Simcox who helped to make the tackle. Northside with a chance to make it a 1-score game when we come back for the 4th quarter here on SummitCitySports.com.
here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watching skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level, catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids just able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
Well, we're starting the fourth quarter, and I think Northside is going to kick the field goal. This would be a 24-yard attempt to try and make it a one-possession game. Caden Libby Callahan is out to kick, and I believe that's Bronte Johnson who's going to hold for him. A crucial field goal here for Northside. High snap, they get it down, and the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. Bishop Dwenger keeps Northside off the board. Well, let's take a look at the Traction AP replay and see if we can tell who it was that got the paw on this football. That high snap might have affected things. I think it was Tipman, Jack Tipman, the defensive end / tight end, reaching up to knock it away.
Here come the Saints. After a sudden change moment, defense steps up. Now it's time for the offense to see if they can respond.
A huge block by Jack Tipman. And now Dwenger has got a long way to go. They're on their own side of the field. Back at the 9-yard line. Dickerson will fake the handoff, looks to throw. He's in his own end zone. He's got to get rid of the ball. He does, and is that caught? Are you kidding me? Henry O'Keefe, how on earth did he catch that? Better yet, how on earth did Bodie Dickerson get that thing to him? Bodie Dickerson was running for his life. We'll take a look at it again here on the Traction AP replay. Got some pressure up the middle. Jonte Lambert had a chance to sack him in the end zone, and he got rid of it at just the right time, and O'Keefe was in the right place at the right time. I think that was Michael Dye who had the coverage. As we got to get back to the action now. They're lined up to run the next play. That's Tipman off the right side, and he'll get positive yardage. That play did not go for a first down, at least not the throw to O'Keefe, but Tipman's run play there did go for a first down. First and 10, here's the handoff to KJ Tipman, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Jonte Lambert makes the tackle. Well, for just joining us, it was Jack Tipman who blocked the field goal on the last play from scrimmage. And I think the reason for the stoppage here is because Jonte Lambert was down. He's on his feet, walking under his own power. I think that's the trainer out to help him off, and it's a good thing that he's walking mostly under his own power, but he's hobbling a little bit. And Jonte is an athlete that Northside does not want to lose. Well, this will be second down and 12 from the 21-yard line. Bodie Dickerson will operate from the shotgun with Tipman to his right hip. Whistles will blow, and a flag is down. It's a false start against the Saints. And the good thing for Dwenger right now is not only are they up 2 scores, but the clock is running. They restarted the clock after the penalty and marking off the yardage. It's down to 10-12. Northside, I think, still has 2 of their timeouts left, though. Here's Tipman going to the outside. He breaks one tackle and surges his way up to about the 24, maybe the 25. They'll give him the 24-yard line, and it'll be third down and looks like 9. So Tippmann able to get back the yardage loss +1. Dwenger is on their second possession of the second half. They got the ball to start the second half, then went for it on 4th and 13 and did not get it. Jack Tippmann blocked a field goal on Northside's ensuing drive as Dickerson looks to throw. Rolls to the right, pressure comes, he sidearms it, and the catch is made. Carter, oh no, it's incomplete. It was broken up at the last second, I think. Breshawn Bassett had the coverage. Let's take a look at that replay. We'll let the punt go first, then take a look at the replay after the punt. This is going to be 4th and 9. Saints are going to punt it away. Whistles are blowing. They have to reset the play clock. 9:20 left, and Northside does still have time. 2 timeouts left. They need 2 scores to the very least even up this game. An angled punt, it's going to stay in bounds, or is it? I think they're going to say it went out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Well, let's take another look at this replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Dickerson sidearms it. Looked like he made another great throw. And, yeah, that was Breshawn Bassett who broke it up on the play. Our replays, as always, brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Northside still needs 2 scores, but they do have 2 timeouts left. It's been the running game that has been the strength of this offense, but when I say strength, it has really been a strength. Jonte Lambert has played an excellent football game. Handoff will go to Lambert. He's contacted in the backfield, and that might have actually been Michael Dye. It's going to be a gain of 2 on the play. No, it was Lambert, number 8. A couple of Saints had a chance to bring him down, but did not quite get him to the ground. 2nd down and 8. Onto the field comes Mitch Vogelweed. Defensive end / running back for the Saints. This 10-0 score continues to hold up. Northside had a chance to get on the board, but the field goal on their last drive was blocked by Jack Tippmann. Mississinawa leads New Haven 35-20 as Williams rolls out of the pocket. He's going to take it himself, trying to get positive yardage, and he will not. Mitch Vogelweed was the first to get to him. Tippmann was there as well, and it's 3rd and 8. Now, Williams is either getting the play from the sidelines or going off the field, and I think he's going off the field. This is going to be a wildcat play with Bronte Johnson lined up in the shotgun. They've gotten some good plays out of this, Northside has. And Johnson's going to roll to the right here. He looks to throw, gets some pressure. He floats it down the field. A man is there, and that pass is caught, I think. It is. That ball is caught, and I believe that's Jordan Turner. It was either Turner or Rodney Woods, and Northside, out of the Wildcat, gets the first down. Let's take a look at that on our Traction AP replay. They're going to say it was Rodney Woods who made the catch. And all of a sudden, Northside is knocking on the door again. They had a field goal blocked last time they had the football. It's Johnson on the keeper. Turns it upfield. For a second there, I thought he lost the ball, but he did not. And the Legends had a field goal blocked last time they had the ball, but they've still got a lot of time on the clock. 6:35, 2 timeouts. Have yet to use one so far. Low snap. Handoff straight up the middle to Lambert, and he's inside the 15-yard line. That's plenty for the first down. Jonte continues to have a great game. He's willing his team back into this game. They really haven't been out of it at any point. The defense has made some stops. They made a huge stop last time Dwenger had the ball. And Jonte Lambert has found his rhythm. It took him a while, but, well, I should say it took him about 3 drives. Third drive of the game, they started to get some good run plays, and they've really built off of that ever since. Fake the handoff. It's Johnson on the keeper. Breaks one tackle. He got away from Jack Tipman and got positive yardage. It's a gain of only about a yard. So rain is picking up here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. Northside taking a lot of time off the clock as they get the play from the sideline. Johnson's going to remain in there at quarterback. Lambert to his right hip. Johnson wants to throw, pumps, and he's going to go down. Jack Tipman, the same guy who just blocked the field goal the last time Northside had the ball. I think Tipman's had 2 or 3 sacks in the game by now. A couple of big tackles tonight, and as I mentioned, he blocked that field goal last time Northside had the ball. Otherwise, the Legends would be driving to try and tie this game. They'll need 2 scores in order to do that, as it is. Jack Tipman has sacked multiple quarterbacks tonight. Johnson rolling to his right. Throws on the run. Pass is incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down and long, 4th and 13.
Based on the field goal, based on the last field goal, I think you got to take the shot here, right? Johnson took a hit there.
Now the last field goal was blocked. This is 4th and 13. It's going to be an interesting call if Northside goes for it, which it looks like they're going to do. I think the reason they're going for it is because, as I mentioned, the last field goal attempt was blocked by Big Jack Tipman, and he's been a key factor for the Saints in their defense tonight. And a timeout taken by Northside. I believe that is their 2nd timeout of the game. They've got 1 timeout left with 4:24 to go. Northside needs 2 scores. And this will be an interesting call because even if Northside were to come away with points on this drive, they've only got 1 timeout left, and Dwenger, we know they can run the football. Gone for it on 4th down a couple of times, Dwenger has, and not been able to convert. They did have a conversion early in this game, but lately their luck has not been quite as good. 4:24 left to go in regulation. And again, Northside's last field goal attempt was blocked. They're down 10-0. If they'd gotten that field goal, there'd probably no question as to whether they were going for it or kicking the field goal here. A field goal would just make it a 4-point game in that circumstance. But right now you are down 2 scores. You do still have a timeout. The only hesitation would be because the last field goal was blocked. But it is 4th and 13. Northrop has to get, Northside has to get to the 3-yard line to convert for 1st down. Donovan Williams is the quarterback. He takes the snap, floats it to the sideline, going for the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. They said it was Bronte Johnson. I think Bronte Johnson was there to congratulate the receiver at the end of it. But Northside gets on the board. A big gamble on first down. Let's see if we can get a look at who it was that caught the pass. I think it was Rodney Woods. Still can't tell. This is Caden Libby Callahan for the extra point to make it 10-7. Snap is down. The kick on the way. Looks good. It is good. 10-7. Libby Callahan puts it home. Donovan Williams connects for the touchdown. And we'll take another look at that touchdown on our Traction AP replay. What a job climbing the ladder by Woods. Bronte Johnson's over to congratulate him. He wasn't the one that scored the touchdown. I think it was Rodney Woods who made the catch. And now the question here is, does Northside go for the onside kick? They only have one timeout left, but you still got 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And I think Northside is lined up to kick the wrong way. They were lined up at the Dwenger 40-yard line. And now they're going to line up at their own 40. And yeah, I think it was Rodney Woods who caught that touchdown pass. So still a one-score game as Northside will at the very least walk out of here with points. And they're looking for a chance to get the football back for their offense. That touchdown pass thrown by Williams was the first touchdown pass for either team in this game, and it went to Rodney Woods. This is O'Keefe on the return. Takes it across the 30, bouncing it to the outside. And O'Keefe gets it up to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. And Dwenger has the ball at their own 38, 4:09 to go. Would not be surprised if they would run the football here, at least to start out. Remember, Northside has just one timeout left. And I wouldn't be surprised if they save their timeout or at least try to save it until a third down situation. But Dwenger's going to empty the backfield here on first down. Tippmann goes in motion. That's KJ who gets the handoff, bouncing it to the outside, stiff arms a man, gets up close to the first down. He's short of it by about a yard. Jordan Turner there to make the tackle. And I think he's going to be about a yard short. Well, the down marker has it way back at the 45-yard line, maybe the 46. That's going to make it second down and 2. I thought for sure he was closer than that, but either way, a short distance to go to move the chains for Bishop Dwenger. Out of the shotgun goes Dickerson. Tippmann to his right hip. And Tippmann will take the handoff, surges ahead, and I think he's got it. He's definitely got it. He surged through and picked up an extra 4 yards, it looked like. KJ Tippmann able to make something happen on that last play. Yeah, Northside still has one timeout, but now that it's a first down, is Northside going to be quick to use that timeout? Play clock is down to 8. Dwenger probably content to let some time milk off of it. They've got it down to 3, and now they get the snap off. Here's Tippmann bouncing to the outside, and he will lose yardage. Dropped back at about the 49, maybe the 48-yard line. Jonte Lambert there on the tackle. And we're going to be looking at less than 2 minutes to go, I would think. when this ball is snapped. So there's right now 2:17 on the game clock. Play clock just got to 17 seconds. And this will be 2nd down and 13. Dwenger empties the backfield. They fake the handoff. It's Dickerson keeping it all the way off the left side. And he's going to allow that clock to continue to move and maybe force Northside to use that last timeout. Dickerson got to about the 48-yard line, just short of the 48-yard line. Still did not make the original line of scrimmage. Northside has a timeout here, and Ben Johnson Jr. running out onto the field to get that timeout called. And he gets the timeout called. That is Northside's 3rd and final timeout. And a crucial one it could be. As it'll be interesting to see what Dwenger goes with here. If they run the ball and don't get it, they can still milk some time off the clock, although there will probably be about 1 minute and 2 seconds left before they snap it, as they've reset the clock to 1:50. So you're probably looking at maybe 1 minute and 11 seconds left when they snap the ball. If they throw for it and don't get it, the clock stops, and that plays right into Northside's hands. But remember, Northside is going to have to likely go the length of the field if they get the stop, unless they get a good punt return. 1:50 left to go here at Shields Field. Dwenger has to get to the 38-yard line to move the chains. And if they get the first down, this game will be over. And Dwenger will be on to the sectional semifinals in what has been a hard-fought game. Dwenger's gone for it multiple times on 3rd down. They've only converted once. I should say they've gone for it multiple times on 4th down and only converted once. That was early in the game. As Dickerson will look to throw, he pumps. Backs away from the pressure. Backpedals again. Floats it down the field, and that one falls incomplete, and Northside's going to have a chance. 1:43 left on the clock. The clock stops on the incompletion. And it's 4th and 10, and Dickerson's still out there on the field. This is a long down and distance to try and go for it. You punt it away, you've got a chance to pin Northside deep. But it looks like Dwenger's going to run a play, unless perhaps Bodie Dickerson decides to just make a little pooch punt. And now I think Jason Garrett is going to call the timeout. Probably wanted to look at the formation, see what he had. And again, if Dwenger were to get a first down here, the game would be over. Just heard that. Just heard from the Bishop Dwenger announcers, perhaps from Redeemer Radio, that Snyder is up 21-17, and the winner of the Northrop-Snyder game gets the winner of this game. Dwenger brought out the offense to try and go for it moments ago before they called the timeout. But we'll see if they stick with that. They will not. They're going to punt it away. This is Simon Garrett on to punt the ball away for the Saints on 4th and 10. Northside's going to have a chance. They're out of timeouts, and they've got 1:43 left to go in the game. Jonte Lambert has been a huge factor, but how much can you lean on your running game? You've only got 1:43 left to play, and no timeouts Northside does. Garrett gets it away, angling it to the sideline, and that goes out of bounds, looked like at the 16-yard line. Legends are going to have a long way to go, as Northside has a chance to either tie it or win the game here in the second half, but they've leaned mostly on their running game. And again, they are out of timeouts. Northside has used multiple quarterbacks. Now, they did get their only touchdown in the game from the passing game. Bronte Johnson connecting with Rodney Woods. as the Legends start from their own 17-yard line. Initially, I thought it went out at the 16. They mark it out instead at the 17. A minute 37 to go on the clock. And now Northside is lined up, ready to go for it. I think that's Williams in the shotgun. They've used him as well as Bronte Johnson at quarterback today. And it is Williams. He looks to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Can't take a sack, but he's going to take one here. I think that was Mitch Vogelweed who was the first to get to him. Vogelweed and Jack Tipman in on the tackle. Check that, Ashton Scary. Again, Northside is out of timeouts. Clock is down to 1:09. Got to get the snap off. They do. Williams rolls to the right. Pressure comes. And he flips it out at the last second. I think he had a receiver in the area. Gavin Groves got the pressure there for Dwenger. On back-to-back plays, the Saints have gotten to Donovan Williams. He had a receiver in the area. But this is 3rd and 13. Again, Northside has no timeouts. They got to get to the 27-yard line to move the chains. Clock is stopped. That's the benefit for the Legends. That's Rodney Woods who lines up to the near side at wide receiver. Williams to throw. Rolls to his left. He's going to take off and get what he can. Can he get the yardage necessary? Trying to get out of bounds perhaps. I don't think he did, but a flag comes in. O'Keefe came in and finished off the tackle. Colin Vanson on the tackle as well. Clock is stopped right now. It was short of the first down. The clock would have continued running had it not been for the penalty, and Northside would not be in a position to spike the ball. The officials are still discussing it. I wonder if we're looking at an unnecessary roughness type of play. I wonder if they're saying that Williams was already down when the hit came in. And if it is unnecessary roughness, it's going to be an automatic first down. Oh, it's a personal foul against Northside. So it's not going to be a first down. So they'll mark it off from the 23-yard line. I think that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Or check that, just marking it off half the distance to the goal. And this will bring up 3rd and 15. So Northside can still get a first down in 2 plays, but they'd have to get out of bounds if they wanted to try and do that because the clock will run if they do not get out of bounds. Northside is out of timeouts. And now the clock is running. It's at 44 seconds. And I think that's, well, I thought that was Johnson at first and to take the snap at quarterback. It's Williams. Williams trying to escape the pressure. He's going to run with it again. Trying to get out of bounds, and he does. Short of the 30-yard line. I think he got the first down. He did get the first down by a yard. Donovan Williams keeps hope alive for Northside. The clock stops at 25.8 seconds as Williams was not only able to get the first down, but get out of bounds. Remember, Northside is out of timeouts. Snap to Williams. He rolls to his left. Going to heave it downfield into traffic, and it's knocked down. Gavin Groves, rather Colin Vance was one of the guys back there to knock it away. And that's going to make it second down with 18.6 left to go. Clock would have stopped on a first down. But then Northside would have to get up and spike the ball. They probably would have been in position for a Hail Mary had that pass been caught. And it's going to be second down and 10. They line up at the 27-yard line as soon as they break huddle. And a flag comes in. This is going to be delay of game, I think. It is delay of game, so a 5-yard penalty against the Legends. 18.6. They move it back to the 22-yard line. Just got the announcement from I believe it was from the Redeemer Radio guys, that Snyder defeated Northrop. I think it's actually the Bishop Dwenger media guys who got that update. Here's a snap to Williams, gets some pressure. That's Gavin Groves who comes in. Williams cannot get rid of it. He's sacked. Jack Tipman takes him down, and that might be the end of the game. Clock is running down to 5 seconds. Northside's got to get up and snap it. Are they going to spike it to get one more play? I think they did. Did they get the spike off? The clock is at 0. That's the ball game. The officials are clearing things up. There is a player down. I thought Williams tried to spike the ball to stop the clock to get one more play. It would have been fourth down had he done that. And the game's over. Dwenger wins it. Bishop Dwenger is moving on to the sectional semifinals. What a game that was. Jack Tipman getting the final sack on what ended up being the game's final play, and he had a big day, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Here's another look at it. Williams able to buy some time, but Jack Tipman gets to him, and that is what ended the game in a nutshell. 10-7, Dwenger wins it over Northside, and they will move on to take on Snyder in the semifinal round of the Class 5A Sectional 21 playoffs. Our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and we're actually going to recognize multiple players in this case. First, we're going to recognize KJ Tipman. He had a great day on the ground. Did not score a touchdown today, but he was instrumental in the Saints' one touchdown drive today. And also Jack Tipman and his pass rush ability and his blocked field goal. I think he had 3 or 4 sacks today, Tipman did. Also blocked a huge field goal, which ended up being the difference in this game. So KJ Tipman and Jack Tipman are your Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. Dwenger wins this one 10-7 over Northside, and that is going to do it from here at Shields Field. For my camera operator, Caleb Roth, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Shields Field on this wet, rainy night. You have been watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic.